Wars, where humans clash over really important things like land, power, and a bucket. Yes, you heard that right. Welcome to the top 5 most pointless wars in history, where you'll see just how creative humans can be when it comes to finding new, utterly ridiculous reasons to fight. Buckle up, it's about to get absurd. Yes, an actual war over a wooden bucket. In 1325, the Italian cities of Bologna and Modena went to war after some rowdy Modenese stole a bucket from Bologna's town well. Instead of doing the same thing, getting another bucket, Bologna raised an army of 30,000 men to get it back. Spoiler, they lost. Modena kept the bucket, and you can still see the world's most valuable hunk of wood on display in Modena. Way to prioritize, guys. This one's a porker. In 1859, the US and Britain almost went to war over a pig. A British pig wandered onto an American settler's farm on San Juan Island and started munching on his potatoes. The settler shot the pig, and suddenly both nations were ready to throw down over a bacon-related incident. It escalated so much that troops were deployed. Luckily, cooler heads prevailed, and no shots were fired, except for the one that turned a pig into dinner. Who's ready to die for croissants? In 1838, a French pastry chef in Mexico City claimed some rowdy locals trashed his bakery during a riot. He asked the Mexican government for compensation, which they, shockingly, ignored. So he did what any reasonable baker would do. He called the French government, and King Louis Philippe demanded 600,000 pesos for the damage. Mexico refused. France bombarded the country, and thus began the pastry war. Thousands died, all for some smashed eclairs. You think sports rivalries are bad now? Try 1969, when El Salvador and Honduras took their World Cup qualifier a little too personally. After a series of increasingly tense soccer matches, the countries went full throttle into a 100-hour war. Planes were bombed, troops were deployed, and over 3,000 people died. Because football. Priorities. Technically, this was less of a war, and more of Australia trying to reclaim its dignity from a bunch of birds. After World War I, Australian farmers were struggling with an invasion of 20,000 emus destroying crops. So, the government declared war on emus. Armed with machine guns, soldiers were sent to cull the flightless menace. But the emus, too fast, too tough, and frankly, too stubborn. Australia lost the war to birds. Emus 1, Australia 0. So, there you have it. Humans will fight over anything. Buckets, pigs, pastries, football, and even birds. Who needs a good reason for war when you've got bad ones, right?